This is a quick demo of the free unofficial GameFAQs application for the iPhone. I'm going to walk through a number of the core features right now, and hopefully you'll see a lot of similarities to the actual website, but brought to the iPhone experience. So to begin with, this is effectively the homepage of GameFAQs.com, but redrawn and packaged up in a more readable, easy-to-use format. So any of these games that you see here can be tapped on and we can check them out. So let's look at the new Super Mario Bros. For Wii. Tapping the game loads the game view immediately, and we can see the ratings. So we have the GameFAQs, game rankings, and also the reader review average. So this is actually the GameFAQs ratings, and if we tap this, we also see a customized view for that too, which loads all of the reviews in a table view, and we can tap any of these, and this will actually take us to the full-fledged written review on GameFAQs.com. Now if we go back, you also will see the description, and the title data and credits. This is pretty standard. Now where this app starts to get really useful is in the FAQs section. So we can see here that all of the FAQs for the game are loaded up, including even the GameSpot game guide. And if we tap into any of them, it will actually load a custom-made browser for the GameFAQs iPhone application. Now this browser has a couple cool features that make it easy to use GameFAQs text files and to really amplify the experience of reading GameFAQs on the iPhone. So to begin with, there is bookmark support, and this isn't standard bookmark support on a page basis. It's actually bookmark support on a location basis in the web page. So if I hit the bookmark button with the controls section here at the top, I can now add a bookmark that says controls, add it, and when I scroll around the page, let's say I want to go back and see the controls at any point in time, I just hit the bookmarks button, tap controls, and I'm brought right back to where I set that bookmark. Now, there's also a concept of an implicit bookmark. So if I'm scrolling through and suddenly I get a call, and the app closes, when I load it up again, it will load exactly where I left off. And this is true of any GameFAQ FAQ. There's no memory restriction, which is a big problem with Safari, where you can only have a couple browsers open at a time, but this actually remembers your state for every single FAQ that you look at throughout your entire experience on the iPhone, which is great if you look at a number of different FAQs and you want to flip between them all. So now I can go back, I can go to this one, start looking at this one. Maybe I see that there's some good stuff in here, but then I decide, oh, I want to go back to the other one. And immediately I'm brought back right where I was, as if I was just flipping to an already open book. So another cool feature about GameFAQs for iPhone is a custom-made search utility for Safari. So if I tap the search button, we get the standard search bar, but what's cool is that I can actually search within the text of this website, which is not something you can do with the standard Safari implementation. So let's go back to a GameFAQ that has a standard table of contents with kind of a key that you would search to jump to any position. And if you were doing this on the normal computer, on a regular PC or a Mac, you would be able to type this into your search bar, jump right there. But we can't do that on the iPhone with Safari. That's why now we can type WRLD1-6, for example, hit search, and we're brought right to World 1-6 on the iPhone. So this basically makes reading the GameFAQs experience on the iPhone equivalent, if not better, than reading them on the PC or Mac, because you have bookmark support and you have search support. So let's go back to the viewer. We also have codes, so you can actually see all of the codes that are available for a game. This is a great way to look up codes quickly for a game. You can tap into this and see more details of the table of code entries. And there's also the review section, which we saw earlier. This is just a quicker way to get to it from, if you weren't aware that you could get to it from the game section. So the final cool feature, and the killer feature of GameFAQs for the iPhone, is you can actually search the entire GameFAQs archive. So let's say I'm looking for Final Fantasy III. Final Fantasy III. We immediately get a list of all of the best matches, and then we get a list of matches sorted by platform. So more often than not, the best matches is actually pretty accurate. So in my particular case, I was looking for the SNES version. So I tap that, and it immediately loads the game that I searched for. So I can look for the FAQs, jump in here, start reading an FAQ, maybe jump to a section if I want to. But that is the basic idea of the search feature. Another cool thing is that as you search for titles, they actually get added to your recent history. So now, Final Fantasy III is at the top of my list of my recent games list. So tapping this will bring me right back to where I was. So that is a quick demo of GameFAQs for the iPhone. I hope that you'll check it out once it hits the App Store. It'll be absolutely free, and I really hope that you I hope that you enjoy the product. Thanks.